Hello and welcome to Tom Bromley Talks Cars. Today I'm driving the Mazda MX5, trying to ascertain why this little two-seater sports car became such a fabled icon within the automotive world. For what seems like an eternity, the world has held a romanticised image over the convertible two-seater sports car. The first truly global car from within this sector was the MGT. During the Second World War, we had American servicemen stationed throughout the UK at US Air Force bases. Now they saw these endearing little MGs charting about the country during the war, and many of them decided to purchase these charming vehicles and after the conflict had finished, ship them back home. Swiftly, the British government realised the MGT was a prospective dollar earner for US export. MG took the pre-war design that the Americans loved, made a few tweaks, and then it was ready to capitalise on the American market. Jaguar, they wanted to capitalise on the world's desire to own a sports car too. So in 1948, they launched the voluptuous Jaguar XK120. Here was a sports car with a theoretical top speed of 120 miles an hour. And this sports car competition, it continued well into the 1950s. A time many regard as being the golden era for the classic British two-seater sports car. And this saw birth to the likes of the Austin Healey 100 and Triumph TR2. Now, I know what many of you are probably thinking at this point. Tom, why are you rambling on about the 1940s and 50s? Well, I can assure you, I do have a point. When the MX5 was first unveiled at the Chicago Auto Show in 1989, it was alluding back to the quintessential classic British sports car. However, with the MX5, you were benefiting from Japanese engineering, meaning here was a two-seater sports car that would actually work. And my God, did it work well. People loved the simplicity of the MX5. Engine at the front, power delivered to the rear, manual gearbox, but most importantly, weight kept to a bare minimum. In its 27 years, the miniature MX5 has only been revised a handful of times, with 4 different generations coming to market today. What that means is the MX5 has proved a seriously profitable venture for the Japanese automotive giant. And if that wasn't enough, on the 22nd of April 2016, the 1 millionth MX5 rolled off the production line, which means the MX5 is the best-selling two-seater sports car in their automotive history. Okay, so that's enough of the backstory. What's the MX5 like to drive? Well, the car I'm in today is the 3rd generation NC Mazda MX5, and it's actually my own personal car. In terms of power, we have a 2-litre naturally aspirated engine, 158 brake horsepower, with 139 foot-pounds of torque. Now what that means, we've got a 0 to 60 time in a shade under 8 seconds, and top speed is around the 135 mark. So tantalisingly fast, the MX5 is not. But where this car comes into its own is through the corners. Thanks to having a split 50-50 weight distribution, but more importantly a low centre of gravity, it means you can really chuck this thing into the corners and it feels like you're doing 100 miles an hour when the reality is you're doing about 45. This car is a testament that you don't need an exuberant amount of power to have fun. And surely, fun should be the key focus in engineering a car, not speed. The steering is communicative, brakes purposeful, and the seating position nice and low. And conveniently, here is a car that's cheap to tax, insure and fuel. Of course, driving an MX5 every day isn't without compromise. For long motorway journeys, the wind noise can prove tiresome. The cabin is a tad cramped, the boot space nanoscopic, and if you go to the pub with your friends to play a game of automotive top trumps, the likelihood is you're going to lose. But this is all trivial nitpicking, because the MX5 is a refreshing breath of simplicity into our increasingly complicated world. A car focused solely on the joy of driving. The MX5 is renaissance back to a simpler time when driving was about man, machine and adventure. Guys, thank you for watching my second car review on the Mazda MX5. If you thought it was a decent video, then please do give it a like, subscribe, maybe even share it with a friend. But other than that, if you'd like to follow my cameraman Jordan or myself on Instagram, our details are posted below. And watch this space because we're working on lots of good car reviews which will be coming soon. Cheers!
Her body's gold like September. She burns through the night like an ember. And all those things we try forgetting, I remember. But we say we all fine, we all fine. Sunny day dreams and we up now. Vodka lemonade, I serve it up, it goes down. 75 degrees.